What's up folks, this is Shepard and today I'm coming at you with another super exciting news. The other day I was checking the internet and I stumbled across an article for Zenith VR MMO and guess what? Release date has been revealed and yes, you heard right, the release date for Zenith has finally been announced. So on the 27th of Jan, Zenith is coming out and we will be available to purchase at a price at $29.99 the game. But let's answer the main question first. What to expect from Zenith? Let's start with the settings of the game first. The game is set up in a somewhat futuristic sci-fi open world and environment, but also has a fantasy feel to it. Kinda like they wanted to make a mix between Alfheim and Gun Gale Online from the Sword Art Online series, which is pretty cool if you ask me. This is gonna be a blast to explore, and I'm sure of that. Now, we will talk about the mobility of the players. There's a lot of mobility for the players, I'm telling you. So in Zenith, players can glide to cover long distances faster, but that's not it. They can climb as well, and players can also use zip lines to get to places real fast, or use teleportations to travel to multiple set points in the world. But beware, teleportation points are only unlocked if you go to that area first, so pack your bags, get there with your friends, unlock all these shrines. I call them shrines because like in Genshin Impact it's like shrines, and you can then go back to those places as you please. So I think it's pretty cool for a VR game to have this kind of thing. So now let's talk about classes. Well, like in any other MMORPG, we get classes. There are two different classes available so far that we know. And that I know as well, because I'd never heard of another class in the game. You did? Huh? You did? I didn't. Well, they're gonna be the Essence Mage. The Essence Mage, which uses long-range magic and can bend the elements, so you will be able to bend the elements as you please. That's pretty cool, isn't it? If you are a fan of the Avatar: The Last Airbender, like I am. I love that show. Then you have the Blade Master, which uses the art of the sword, so more close combat there. If you are a fan of Kirito, that's for you. So now, the Blade Master can block long-range attacks simply by swinging the sword towards the projectiles. So, sorry mages, when PvP comes out, you're gonna have some hard times. So I think that's a pretty cool concept and it must feel very good. I did not try the game yet, but I'm sure it's very satisfying. Now the classes have subclasses or should I say roles, like DPS, support and tank. So this allows the holy trinity of the MMOs, or should I rather say battle formations, to take place in dungeons, raids and of course world bosses. There is only one world boss available in Zenith for now, but more are coming in the roadmap. As well as more classes, more professions, and many other features such as PvP and player housing. Note that the game is a VR game and we are still early in the age of VR MMORPG. All we need is to be patient and more things will come in the future. Now let's talk about professions. Well, in Zenith there are professions just like in any other MMOs. For now there is only one profession available in Zenith at the moment, and that's cooking. Yes, you'll be able to cook in order to make food for yourself that you can use to heal if you need. Food can also provide buffs, which would be very helpful in combat situations where you want to deal more damage or receive less damage, and many other cool effects. So now let's talk about the social aspect of this game. What's an MMO without any kind of social features, right? Well, Zenith has a guild that basically has a guild system which will allow players to form a large group of players. So if you don't know what guilds are a big association of players. They make grouping easier and more fun since a guild is just like a family. Everybody kinda knows each other and follows the same motto. Well, now let's pass on the next topic, guys. And that's the enemies. So in this game there are a lot of enemies. It's really rich and has a lot of variety of them. So no other MMO ever had this many types of enemy before. I mean VR MMOs, because normal MMO has a lot of enemies. So we had MMO in the past called like Orbis VR, or a Township Tale, but the number of enemies there were far less than what we're gonna get in Zenith. So I could go in depth with the enemies, but why spoil it for you? We've been waiting for this game for so long, telling you the enemies now would mean killing the fun. So I'm sure this will keep us busy for a while. Hopefully they release more in the future. This game has so much potential. I feel it. Now let's pass on the specs requirements on this game. Well, to run this game you will need a Windows 10 with a 64-bit operating system. So basically if you have a 32 bits then forget about it, but yeah. So now for the processor you will need a dual core with hyper threading. So with that said, you will need a memory RAM of 8 GB RAM and a GPU of GTX 970, which is kind of a low-end PC, so it's pretty affordable. Now for the DirectX, you will need to buy the version of DirectX 10. I mean, and not buy, DirectX is free, but 10 and above. So that's good. So now for the connection, you will need a broadband internet connection, which means a stable connection, because we all know that in VR, connection is very, very important. Now for the storage space, you will need 25 GB available space, so it's kind of a big game. So make space, delete the games you don't play. This game is gonna be a blast. Now, those specs are pretty reachable if you ask me, and limit unbelievable for a game of this scale. Let's see if that holds true at launch, knowing that I run a GPU of RTX 2070, 6 cores, 12 threads, i7 processor. This shall run perfectly on my machine. That would also mean that even on graphics card of 10th gen should run it right. Well, only time will tell. Now, there's gonna be a Quest 2 version of this game, so if your PC does not meet the game requirements, you will still be able to play by purchasing the game on the Oculus Store within your headset directly. Pretty cool, right? For those who have a PlayStation VR, well, the game also gonna be available for you in there to purchase the game. And do not worry, the game is going to be cross-platform, meaning you'll be able to play with someone that has the game on PC. So with that said, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Please leave a like and subscribe. Press that notification bell button to help me with the algorithm so you can receive the news about my weekly content. If you like what you're seeing, well, leave a comment down below and to tell me what you think of this video. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.